Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
Hey, what's up guys? Tekking101's Andy here, and today I'm coming at you with a video. It's currently thundering, lightning, raining, everything you can think of outside. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video up for the Tuesday show. It's currently 7:30 in the morning, and on Monday, obviously. I wanted to go ahead and get this up for the Tuesday video because I just watched Tekking's video last night. And I've been prepping all night. I got my notes and everything, stuff I needed to remember. All that little stuff, but we are going to go ahead and jump on into this video, and hopefully you will enjoy it and like it. I had a lot of fun making it. As you can see, it only took, one night for me to get this ready, but I think I've got a team of leaders here, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. First, I want to go ahead and say this is the Tournament of Power Dragonball Super anime tag. The creator is Tekking101. If you're not subbed to him, he's a great person. You need to go sub to him anyway. I get all my One Piece content from him. Bleach I'm not so much into, but I love his One Piece, stuff. So if you like Bleach too, it'll be over there. Excuse me. Alright. So let's go ahead and fly. I'm going to go ahead and put up a warning here. I don't watch a lot of Dragon Ball. I know the concept of Dragon Ball, and I do know a little bit of the older stuff. I haven't watched any of Super. I just thought this would be really fun. So I looked up all the rules. Link will be in description for all that if you want to go ahead and make your own list or just leave it in the comments, whatever. But it'll be really fun. I think it's going to be a very fun video overall, regardless if anyone sees it or not. Yeah, so let's go ahead. So first off, if you didn't watch his video already, there's a few rules. You have to pick 10 characters from different anime, but you can only pick 2 from the same anime. So I do have 2 Naruto characters, and I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that thunder is loud as shit right now. So, hopefully I'll be able to drag that out by toning my voice up and toning NCS down. Or, well, throwing NCS behind it might be alright. But, anyway, so, my 2 Naruto characters, I picked these as kind of like, they're jutsu based, and plus most characters in Naruto know how to fight, like, kind of hand to hand, but more or less, like, just going at it if they need to. Now, it was never specified if they're going to be able to use their powers, because, I would assume they would be, so if they can't, then this list is completely fucked. But, hopefully they can. So, let's go ahead into my number 1 pick, which I also am going to say he will be my team captain. And that's Shikamaru. Alright? So, I chose Shikamaru for 2 major reasons. His intelligence and his ability to make plans on the fly. So, his intelligence, as everyone who's seen Naruto knows, is over and, beyond genius. His plans for making strategies are amazing. Okay, so picture this. When in an anime, especially a shonen, do you see a minor character take down one of the main bad guys? I mean, I don't know if I would consider Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino minor, but yeah, Shikamaru, basically single-handedly took down the unkillable Hidan using his brain, and his jutsu, obviously, but his brain mostly. And there is the thunder. God, I hate that thunder so much. Hopefully it doesn't affect the video too much, especially the audio. But anyway, so I chose him for his intelligence and ability to make plans. So he's my team captain. He's gonna kind of be the brains of my operation. I did pick a lot of characters who are really smart, but I wanted Shikamaru as my team leader, kind of. Just so, I could have, those plans to get on the go. Everyone kind of rallies behind him. But, other than that, his Shadow Possession Jutsu. And, well, I guess Shadow Stitching is kind of like a branch off of Shadow Possession. But either way, no one in the Dragon Ball universe knows about, these jutsus and stuff. So it's going to be really weird. Obviously this isn't going to happen. But, if it did happen, it would be so crazy to think. like, oh my god, this guy can paralyze people. He can hold them, which is great. You know, he can use it for paralysis and attacking. I wouldn't say he's a good physical fighter, but he's not bad. You know, he can maneuver around and, you know, fight if he has to. Another thing is they can't have weapons, so unfortunately he can't have a kunai, even though it's not really relevant. He can't use one, so it could alter his physical fighting ability to a degree, but he can take a beating physically and emotionally, like badly. We've seen that with Asuma. So, like, I mean, you know, Shikamaru isn't going to be on, I don't think, anyone else's list, but I chose him for my strategist, basically, just to get this thing rolling and to, like, kind of, like, plan out, like, the competition. But anyway, I mean, Shikamaru was chosen, obviously, because of all the reasons I stated before, but did I mention he's smart as fuck? Like, I can't get that across enough. He is a strategist to heart. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and we are going to move on to my next pick here. And it's Itachi. Now, a lot of people, like, Tekking picked Madara, and a lot of people are probably going to pick Sasuke. But I chose Itachi for a lot of reasons. One, he's kind of a base prodigy. Like, he knows how to do, he knows what he's doing. And the reason I didn't go with Madara is Madara's kind of gonna break a rule here. You're not allowed to kill anybody. And I got a bad feeling Madara would not follow that rule very well. So I chose Itachi instead. On the other hand, I like Itachi a whole lot better than Madara and Sasuke combined, but that's just me. Like I said, this is my list. I want to see your all's in the comments. But I chose him because he's a prodigy. He's got the crow clone technique jutsu thing to where he can, like, make crows and shit and, like, turn himself into crows, which is great. And, like, his genjutsu is gonna be fucking lit in this tournament because no one's ever seen it before. They're not gonna know how to get around it. They're not gonna know what's up, you know. So it's more or less like I chose him as kind of like my fuck with your brain guy. Along with that, you know, his physical attacks, you know, they're decent. I mean, he's not fucking Goku, but, like, he's good at fighting. And I mean, the Sharingan, the Sharingan. That's all I can say. The Sharingan is, like, in itself kind of, like, super busted here, and he's got the Susanoo as well, which is really good. But I don't know how it would do against, like, a fucking Kai Blast or some shit like that, but maybe. I mean, there's a lot of broken logic in this tag, but by the way, this is my first tag, so hopefully it goes well. It doesn't sound like it's going too well due to thunder, lightning, me being super tired, me working on this all in one night. My hair's fucked up. I couldn't find my hat, but anyway. On top of that, like the rest of my team, he's super intelligent. He's really smart. He knows what the hell he's doing. The Mangekyo Sharingan, he has that as well, which is fucking busted in its own right. But this isn't to kill people, so I don't think he would do that. Or like the Amaterasu, I don't think he would use those because those are kind of like, die, motherfucker, you know. But if it came down to it, he could. I don't know if he can control how much he releases, but give or take, he could use it. On top of all this, you know, he's super fast and he's durable. Like, he can take a hit. He can take hard hits too. We've seen that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on now to my next pick, which is kind of controversial here. So my next one is One Piece. All right. So we've got One Piece coming in next, and One Piece is an anime that I currently have not finished. And like I said, I get all my information from Tekking about the later stuff. I think I'm 575, 585, maybe no 675 or no. I'm either 585 or 685. I completely slipped. But these are my two One Piece characters because I do have two of these. My first one is Trafalgar Law. Law is a character that I absolutely love. And I'm glad to say I know, because, a few spoilers I do get, I know he's going to be a major part in the story. So I want to watch more just for that, but let alone One Piece is a good story. I mean, I wouldn't say One Piece is great, but I really do like One Piece. I like it a lot. But the reason I chose Law is because his devil fruit power. And plus, no one in this universe knows that water is their, weakness. So, give or take, they could use that to their advantage all day. And his OP no Mi is, busted as fuck. So, in an arena-type format where he, has the arena, his devil fruit's pretty busted. But I also seen something to where, oh, crap. He could throw something out of the arena and then replace the other person's body with it. So that's an automatic win. If he does that, that's an automatic win. But that's kind of cheap, so I really don't think he would do that. And another thing, he can't use a sword in this because there's no weapons allowed. But even without his sword, he's a badass. I mean, he's strong-willed. He's got stamina for days. We've seen that already. He's a badass. I love Law. Law would have been on this list no matter what kind of list it was, just because One Piece, Law is my shit. But, yeah. That's about why Law's on here. I feel like he could be a good tanky person, but, not necessarily, super tank, because his devil fruit does run his stamina out. But if he can jump the gun and catch the person off guard, they are fucked. But, Law. It's Law. That's all I got. So my second One Piece pick is Marco the Phoenix, alright? Now, Marco, I actually had Kuma in this position before. I did have Kuma, but the reason I picked Kuma was, that ball, or that bear's hand or whatever, the paw, where he can send people flying? That's an automatic win if he touches you. The problem is, I don't know if he could handle... I don't know if he could handle, Goku or somebody. Obviously, it's not just, Goku who's in it and Vegeta and stuff. There's other characters, but, I don't know if he could handle, the shit they do. But, I mean, I'm sure he could hold his own, but it's kind of cheating to do that. So, I mean, with Law, it's literally just one little thing he could do, and, it would be completely cheating. But, with Kuma, his whole fucking hand, if he touches you, you're done. It's over, game. So I went with Marco. He's the first division leader of the fucking Whitebeard Pirates, alright? So, the whole story, we're kind of everyone talks about Roger, but these are the Whitebeards. These are the pirates who are alive, who dominated the beginning of the series. Now, I did see what happened. I didn't throw a spoiler alert up, so I'm going to go ahead and put spoiler alert now. Whitebeard died, so Marco, I would assume, is the captain. I haven't got to see that part yet, but I think Marco would be kind of the leader. I don't think Marco would want to take a captain position, but Marco is a leader. On top of that, he's strong as fuck. I've got here, I've got on my notes here, Shanks' hockey when he entered the ship didn't even affect him. Where all these other pirates were falling asleep, Shanks' hockey did nothing to him. So, his devil fruit is awesome and all, obviously. It's, literally, isn't it the only mythical zone in the series right now? Or where I'm at, anyway. I'm pretty sure it's the only one. They're rarer than Logia fruits, which are the rarest. But, yeah. On top of that, he can use hockey. So, that's busted. He's got incredible strength and agility on top of everything else. He can turn into the fucking Phoenix. He can regen from his fucking flames. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? The best part about this is we seen, in the war, the only reason he got hurt is because, they put Sea Prism Stone on him. His abilities were negated. No one in this universe is going to know how to utilize Sea Prism Stone. Plus, there's no weapons, and I would assume that would be considered a weapon. Other than that, he's just a great physical fighter. So, I mean, his list just adds up and up and up. And he's a legit beast, dude. I love Marco. I've always liked him ever since we first seen him. But that's why he's on this list. I feel like he could definitely get a win, because I don't think my team would win, just because it is the Dragon Ball universe. It's like something like a Dragon Ball universe. So there's people who can blow up fucking planets. So I don't know. I don't know how they would stack up, because, you know, there's a whole logic system that isn't like fully explained in the tag. So, I mean, I would assume that he could hold his own. But, like I said, that's Marco. I love Marco. Hopefully he would do fine. But in the event that he doesn't, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve here. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to my longest sheet here. It's my Fairy Tail characters, which, if you all know, Fairy Tail is my shit. Alright? So, I've got 2 Fairy Tail characters like the previous ones, but, these two, well, one of them I will guarantee won't be on anyone's list, which is the first one, and the other one, I would say probably not a lot of people would have him on their list, but this first one, I go into detail for your asses, so get back and be prepared to put his ass on your list, alright? We have Freed. As you know, Freed is my favorite character in anime of everything. Like, all anime, Freed is my favorite character. So, I've got a little quote here. Those who break the rules shall be subjective to a fate worse than death. Alright? So, Freed don't fuck around, alright? Especially back in the earlier days when he's a bad guy. He don't fuck around. Now, there is one drawback. He can't use a sword. Magic, though, that's all fair game. So, for starters, his achievements, he was signed up to be in the S-Class trials. So, I mean, people know he's strong. He's just kind of like an underappreciated, underrated character, I think. That's how I'm gonna put it anyway. I'm tired. His magic, he has Dark Écriture, which is an eye magic, which goes off into a bunch of different branches. It actually gives him the ability to teleport. So he can teleport. He turns himself into runes and then rematerializes it. It's fucking sick as tits. You should look into it. But Dark Écriture Pain is a spell that causes major damage. Then there's Fear, which like makes the opponent lose their courage and like makes them like... I don't know a better way to explain it other than, like, lose their courage, because it's kind of like they get depressed and they don't, like, they're like, oh, I can't win, you know, stuff like that. Along with that, he has Suffering, which is another intense damage, but it's kind of more like the mental side of it. And then we've got Death. We've never seen it before, but in this case, it wouldn't matter even if it did cause the enemy to die, because you're not allowed to kill your opponent. So, along with that, he's got Wings, which is another iffy. I'm not sure if it would be allowed, but it's good to have regardless, just in case, because the rules say fighters are unable to use flight except with the natural anatomy for wings. He doesn't have the natural anatomy, but his magic gives his body the anatomy to have the wings. So they're not kind of like just, clip-on wings and, hey, let's fly, you know? It's a part of his magic, which I don't know, it doesn't matter. Long story short, it just makes him super fucking fast when he flies, but it's cool if he can't. Then he's got Darkness. He turns into a demonic creature, which is badass. Freed is a character that I like due to his magic mostly. It's busted if you actually get into the back of it. But on when he's in his darkness form, he has which is odd here. He has the ability to use darkness magic on top of his Dark Écriture. So he has a full cast range of darkness magic he can use, which is busted in its own right, having, you know, like double down in one. On top of that, he's got Absolute Shadow, which is basically just armor, and it gives him access to electric orbs, which are basically electric magic. So there's another magic added to his arsenal. So depending on what the enemy is or can do, he can shut that shit down easily, I guess. I don't want to say easily, but he could find a way to shut something down if it needed to be. Like if he's fighting someone who's like super fast or something, electric orb, hit that shit. Actually, I don't know. I think in Dragon Ball they go like at the speed of sound or some shit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't get into Dragon Ball often. But his reflect, it's not confirmed on how strong his reflect is or on how he can use it, like how strong he can like block something with. But he does have a reflect, so like some small attacks he could easily just reflect. Now, if we go back into it, he has another magic, which is called Jutsu Shiki, which basically allows him to use rune-made barriers and apply, like, rules to it. So, like, if you've seen the Thunder Legion episode, like, where the Loxus has all the barriers and stuff, he puts people into an area, and they can't fight until they beat the shit out of their comrades, and then only one can leave. So, like, Free could basically just be like, alright, let's set this shit up. Alright. Boom. Rune made. Okay, so start match. Hey, either you walk out the back and you leave the zone, or guess what? You're never getting out of there. So it's basically just like a stalemate. Like, I can guarantee a tie if need be. But on the other hand, it does take Free a long time to get those set up. So I would have to do something to, like, immobilize people until. But on top of that, he has incredible durability. It's confirmed. Like, he takes an ass beating every fucking time we see him. Which is a sad thing, but in the end, it does help his credibility. He's an expert at hand-to-hand combat, which you see with Mira Jane and him fighting. Like, he doesn't really use his sword too much anyway when he's in, like, his absolute shadow form. But, like, he's fighting Mira Jane, and she, like, when he beats him, he's like, you're the true demon, or whatever. But other than that, he's got immense magical powers. That's been shown in the show, you know. And overall, he's just my favorite. Throwing that out there, he's a badass. And he's also a good loyal support character, so I just threw him in. If you see in the Grand Magic games, he's giving support to everybody. He's like, hey, yeah, you're doing great. Good job. So we're going to move on here to my next fairy tale pick, which this is the one I feel like might be on a few people's lists, but not many. And that's Gray. Alright, I chose Gray for a few reasons. I feel like Gray could maneuver the field better than most other fairy tale characters, just because we've seen his ability to adapt to situations a lot in the show. But he's one of the main cast, obviously. He was picked for S-Class Trials, so you know he's strong. And he's got 3 different type of magics that all kind of revolve around the same thing. So, like, he's a master craftsman of it. So to speak. He's not really a craftsman, but, well, kinda. He's got Ice Devil Slaying Magic, which is the nuts. He's got Ice Magic, which is kind of like a branch thing. It's, like, small. And then he's got Molding Magic Ice Make, which is his main magic he uses in the early series, and then, you know, he does use his Devil Slayer stuff later on. But basically what, like, I picture would be happening is, like, he turns the arena into an ice field, and the opponent's, like, struggling to stay on their feet. So it's just kind of like, oh, well, you're struggling. I know how to ice skate. Fuck off. And then, like, he could just get into it. He's got great durability. He's fast on his feet, on ice especially. He's agile. And he's got decent, just straight fighting abilities if blow comes to blow. Plus, he's kind of quirky. You know, some comic relief if you have to have it. Good for the vibes of the team, you know. He might take his shirt off halfway through the trials and be like, hey, can I borrow your underwear? That's a reference on, like, one of the first episodes. Not a lot of people probably got that. But Gray is a really cool character. I really do like Gray. He's one of my only characters that I actually really like from the main cast, other than Wendy, if you even include her. But, like, of Urza, Natsu, Happy, Lucy, and Gray, Gray's the only one I really like. But we're going to go ahead and move on here. And we have Black Butler. Okay? I only have one choice from Black Butler, and unfortunately, it's not Grell. Grell is my favorite character from Black Butler. Maybe I'll do a list about that sometime. But, it's actually Sebastian. Okay? Sebastian's a badass, we all know it. He's a fucking demon. Alright? So, no pulling, no punches here. He is a demon. He can fuck shit up. He's laid back. Super chill, super fast, durable as fuck. Like, you're not gonna harm him without giving him a lot of shit. He's strong, he's smart. As going back to my team, they're all very smart. Okay, so I found this on the wiki, but I wasn't sure because I haven't seen this. His true demonic form gives him claws, sharp teeth, dark wings. But what is his true demonic form? I know he does not really transform, he changes a little bit, but hopefully this would help. I just chose Sebastian because he's a badass, and I feel like he might not win, but he would give somebody a run for their money in the Dragon Ball universe, which is kind of like, I was struggling for like a character here and there, so like I just chose him. Rip. Okay. Moving on. As you can see here, my next pick is from My Hero Academia. It's kind of an odd one. It's not All Might. It's not the main characters. It's kind of a side character, but not really. He is in their main class. It is Shoto. Now, or Shoto? I don't know how to say his name correctly. I think it's Shoto. But basically, he's half hot, he's half hot, half cold. And basically what happens here is he can use, like, his quirk is he has the ability to use hot and cold. So it's kind of like a throw-off. Like, it'll throw them off. They'll be like, whoa, what's going on here? And he's not fully trained, though, so that is a huge drawback. And his abilities come with major drawbacks, such as he can get frostbite and shit. So that's something that we're going to have to work around. He's durable as hell. We've seen that already. He can endure shit. And he's pretty quick on his feet, and he goes back to being pretty smart. So, especially in battle. He's smart in battle anyway. I don't know how he is on, like, tests and shit. But, you know, Shoto is one of those characters that I just enjoy. Mostly because of his character design, and his quirk is probably the coolest quirk in... Actually, I don't know. There's a few quirks I really like, but I think his is one of the best. So, we're moving on here. Another one-of, which my last four are all one-ofs because I didn't want to just throw, you know, two characters from each anime in because I want to make my team a little bit smarter. So, as you can see, this one is from the Seven Deadly Sins, or other known as Nanatsu no Taizai, which is probably what you should call it, considering there's a shit ton of things that go by Seven Deadly Sins. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and throw up there, it's Meliodas. Meliodas is a character who I really, really enjoy. He's kind of comic, like, he's kind of a pervert, so it's comic-y, but when push comes to shove, he will fuck some shit up. Unfortunately, he can't use his little broken sword, though, so give or take a little bit. But he has the power of darkness. Now, that's inherent to him due to his family. He gives him a physical and magical boost. So, what I thought when I was picking Meliodas, because I wanted to pick one from Seven Deadly Sins, and I originally wanted Bon, because, you know, he can't die, but the thing is, you're not allowed to kill the opponent. So I didn't want to pick Bon. And most of the other ones have to have, like, a weapon or something, which is not allowed. So, I chose Meliodas just because he is probably the best fighter, and he doesn't look like one. He looks like just kind of like your average throwaway give-up. So he would throw the opponent off because he is super fucking strong. Not counting that, he's got the full counter. He basically defects all magical attacks, which I don't think will be a problem in the Dragon Ball universe. But, it's just there. He's also got Hellblaze, which allows him to use black fucking flames whenever he so pleases. So that's pretty cool. And then he's got Assault Mode, but I don't think he'd be allowed to use this because he loses control of all his emotions and stuff, and he could end up killing somebody, which is not a good thing, and we don't want that because I would assume that's a DQ. So he might have to stray away from that and just go toe-to-toe and hopefully pick up a quick win or, get his ass beat and then we take a loss. But he's super strong and very durable. He's a good character. I really like him. I like him as a character. I don't know how I feel about him on the list. He's probably my least confident just because I don't know how his full reflect would work in the Dragon Ball universe. But give or take it, it could work. It could work or it could not work. So hopefully someday we will find out. I don't know if Dragon Ball and Seven Deadly Sins will ever do a crossing. But if they do, hey, more power to you. So, my last pick here is from Assassination Classroom. And, yeah, if you don't know who this character is going to be, there's a problem. Because there's a few badass characters in Assassination Classroom, but none of them tops Kuro-sensei. He's an alien. Ooh, I guess. He's got Absolute Defense, which is our, last-second fallback plan to where he goes, he can't be hit or touched or anything, but he can't move for 24 hours. So we would technically have to take a tie at that point. But he's also got regeneration, superhuman speed, reflexes, senses, digestion, and intellect. Going back to my team, smart as fuck. Other than that, nobody knows his weakness in this world. So it's kind of what do you do against something you don't know about? Plus, he's got fucking all those tentacles and shit, and he's got, all these little things he can do. He's overall just a badass, and, I mean, where did he go? He ran somewhere in the anime. Literally ran somewhere across the world and was back in, 0.6 seconds, and it was what the fuck? But, anyway, that was my list, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, sorry. I will catch you guys Thursday, Friday, I don't even know my own schedule. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Actually, I might catch you Thursday. I might upload a Thursday video just for fun. Try to get back in the swing of the full week schedule. But guaranteed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and I will see you next time.